it's really important to know about a few things when you are planning to, work for the political benefits and for the public rights. So as we have seen that the Joint Action Committee, is the Indian driven Joint Action Committee actually, which is trying to do forceful things and forceful acts in the name of helping public and the public rights or anything. So right now discussing about what are actually the rules if you want to have the seats in the state, if you want to work for people. So there is a rule and a pathway, which I think maybe they really don't know, because of course it is something which you should know when you are qualified and when you are eligible in real, not with a force or anything or a fake narrative actually. So if you want to work in a state, if you want to have those seats with you, you have to go through a proper pathway. It's first of all, democracy is the number one thing, because all the rights are equal. On the other side, if you want to change any constitution, the parliamentary is there. You have to talk to them, you have to go through a proper way. This is not the way like you just come out and do the protest and in the name of the fake things you have in your mind, and then just telling the facts out which are not actually real, and just telling those things and just coming out and say that we want to work in a state, because this is equal, it has equal rights. It is placed for the 12 refugees which were actually there to work and to continue the mindset where we believe that they are the part of actually Kashmir and Pakistan. So we own them. But discussing like this and coming outside and doing the protest just in the name of like you have to work for your public and you have to work for your people, will not really work anymore. So you have to go through all these paths. Otherwise, there will be a legal action, there will be really, really strict actions, and this is actually something which you should respect, that you are still working here. While everybody has left these people, even their own members have left the seats right now. So none of any person living there in Kashmir really want them to go out and to stop their businesses, the blockade of their roads and the blockade of their shops and everything. This will really not gonna work, because if such act will happen, like if you come out and you start doing the destruction everywhere, if you start doing the disorder or anything like that, then of course you have to make the legal actions. So if you want anything in the state, if you want to work in a state, if you need a political seat there, you have to go through a process. I think this is such a simple thing which is unable to understand for these Indian centered Joint Action Committee actually, because of course when you are doing something through your own, you have a clarity check. But if you are just doing something because someone has told you in your ear and you're just coming out and doing all that stuff, then you have to actually show up yourself really full, because we really understand that what is right and what is wrong, but they are not actually accepting anything. So this is actually unacceptable for the state, for the government, and for every person living there, because this is creating the mess everywhere. This is not gonna work. As I'm saying again, these things will meet the legal actions.